It's a beautiful windy day in paradise here in the city of the gods, Before we get started, something been on my mind I want to say. And, it's like a download. When I get them, I like to hold on to them till I get them out of me. And that is to all the ladies out there, all the females, all the goddesses, all the Liliths. That's what y'all is, Liliths, I want y'all to know the truth too. I'm just here to debunk and tell the truth. And so in that now, I want y'all to know, big up to Mary. Mary, Hable Maria. Open your mouth, because Mary is you. You're the one, if you don't realize it, that was first Lilith, as a young teen or whatever, growing up. You dated, you did a lot of things, you saw a lot of men, you had a lot of fights, you went through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sorrows, a lot of trial and errors. You align that with the beginning stories of Mary. She was in the lost books of the Bible. You ain't gonna catch them in the original where you get the old story. She was in there as a temple prostitute. That's what she was at first. And her story, how she met Joseph, is they did that pulling straws. Everybody, all the temple women's, temple prostitutes is basically women who's virgins. That's like a special bloodline. For us it's draconian blood, and so they get them and put them inside the temple from they're young. They don't have no sex, only have sex with entities. And so they do kind of menstrual work too, where their menstrual is pure, is so pure that it's clear. They don't eat meat or anything, so they don't have no hemorrhaging, because hemorrhaging come from actually the eating of products that is your body don't agree with it. It can't really excrete it through waste because it's toxic, so your body hemorrhage and bleed, and that bleed now comes out in the form of your semen or whatever your period is. We call it blood, but it's no blood supposed to be in it. It's really supposed to be just a clear liquid, really. It's like your semen. It's it's divine. It ain't no supposedly about it. It's the divine liquid, and it's concentrated light. It's really the essence of everything. And so you see, when you tie that in now with what's called the Misha, which is also tied into the Meshi in Egypt. This is where you get the anointing from, where they used to have to anoint themselves with certain oils, or you heard of the olive oil and the fig leaf and all that shit, and the myrrh. Well, originally it was menstrual blood. Misha means to rub, it don't mean to anoint like how we interpret it today. It meant to smear all over your body. If you look up the word, you got the Hebrew word for it. You will find it too. They have the Misha, the Mishu, which eventually came the Messiah. If you look all those up, those do not mean like what we think today, like a man coming to save us. It just meant to anoint. And what was they anointing themselves with? It was anointing themselves with menstrual blood. That's why you had the temple prostitutes. They was pure. Their menstrual was good. So at the end of this, to summarize, because that's not the topic, really now when you have a child which was now chosen by a certain man that is of the same genetic celestial bloodline, and then they have sex, they have to feed that child the menstrual, or they feed him the menstrual, and he become a indigo child. You could say he have psychic abilities that really connect all his psychic abilities. So that's where you get your whole story of Jesus from, and how they're able to do it, because at a time they're gonna be, or it was, everybody lost their psychic abilities and wasn't able to connect. So the priests knew how to do it, and so they use that method now in a way of trying to keep their bloodline and to keep the whole faith going. So they assign just people and bring them into cults, or you could say organizations and societies, and then they slowly initiate them into what they do, their rituals or whatever, to their gods. This is all deep, because everything in this world